thank you all for being here tonight at Holland Church, my second home for many, 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 many years. As an Estonian, it's a privilege to be a part of this very important event. Not Ukrainian, but I have a few words from our consul, who at this moment is on an airplane to Tallinn. So she sent me this little thing. She said, "We support the Boston Ukrainian community in their ongoing work in maintaining their courage in the fight for democracy in their homeland and the global community. You are an example to the world to remain resilient in the face of adversity." And it's wonderful to be here, and thank you all for being here. And this is Alex Komodo, who's going to
Good evening and welcome to EP's second home. And I don't know, Estonian, Ukrainian, American, at some point it all sort of blends. And as I introduced you to someone earlier tonight, it was actually that you were part of my family because you've been such a big part of my family. Those of you who don't know me, Alex Komodo, my parents have lived in Lexington since the mid-'80s, and certainly we wouldn't be here today without you, but then just in general, thank you so much for everything you do in general. Lexington Symphony, Lexington Music Center, but now supporting Ukraine. And thank you, EP, and thank you all for coming tonight. I see a lot of familiar faces, but then I see a lot of new faces, which is fantastic because as someone who grew up Ukrainian in this country, it was always hard to explain what Ukraine is, or being Ukrainian is. And certainly over the last few years, we've shown what being Ukrainian is. Many people to thank, Holland Church, starting with Reverend Claire. We have President Jen Vandiver here in the audience. Jen, please stand. We have Angel as well, who's been fantastic to work with. Angel. Some of you came just for the concert, but beforehand, we had something that I thought was really special. Hopefully you all appreciated. It was 7 other organizations, and the list of them, if you didn't get the chance to read all of them, it's right here in the program in the back. And really, that's an example of community, because while Verizon is why we're here for this musical, and we're going to get to donations in a bit, I also want to make sure that the community in general understood that there's lots of different things that are happening in support of Ukraine. And so if you had the opportunity, and I hope you did, you were able to meet with the leaders of those 7 other organizations, because they certainly are very worthwhile for your attention and support. I also want to thank the other volunteers who helped participate in organizing this. And they're here as well, our volunteers. Because none of this happens without volunteers. I'm a volunteer with this. But the other people that participated, and I'll name out 2 because they were responsible for the pre-concert reception, was Tanya and her husband, Dave, who we also have Maria Saxer from the Ukrainian American Educational Center of Boston. Maria. President, unfortunately, is in the hospital, I think. Is he doing okay? Well, he otherwise couldn't be here, but so Maria is the next in charge for the UAC, Boston. I have my own little thing called Bear Witness, and we're have UAC of Boston as our fiscal sponsor. And really, what tonight's about is to appreciate, first off, all the outpouring that people have given to Ukraine. We talked about earlier about the pre-concert reception. You're about to be blown away by Vita Slobodsky and Paul Carlson with her, This Ukrainian American Life. And last but not least, and I'll get off the stage, is on the back here is a very important section in the bottom. Thank you for your donations already. I believe that we've raised over $3,000 already for Verizon. Feel free to donate more. There's a QR code that goes directly to Vita's This Ukrainian American Life site. If you have a check, it explains how to make donations. Anyone that has a sunflower can receive the check or cash. So with that, thank you again for coming. Enjoy the show, and I guess we'll go on this journey of This Ukrainian American Life together.
Viburnum, don't be droopy, we will prop you up. Ukraine, don't be anxious, you have a faithful and a strong people. This is a very, very old song with many, many verses. It is a marching song for the military. It has become the anthem of the Ukrainian military and so much more. In the First World War, there was a group called the Sich Riflemen. This was the Ukrainian battalion fighting for the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which Ukraine was part of at the time. These people were poets, they were musicians, they were writers, they were not just fighters. Ukrainians are not, I believe, inclined to be fighters, but when called upon, we fight. And Americans and Estonians and others fight with us for what is right. This song has been done many ways by Pink Floyd, among others, and tonight it was done by us, and we did well. Good job. Welcome to This Ukrainian American Life. Is there a pianist in the house? There is. And what a pianist. My name is Vita Slobodsky. This is Paul Carlson. Our first official song, no, our first duet, our first song together is called Boat. And I've been singing this song for a long time. It is an art song.
meaning it is highfalutin poetry set to rather sophisticated music. And as a young person, I found art songs to be rather intimidating, as it was just a singer and a pianist, no props, no costumes. If I got a little bored, I couldn't watch waiting for a piece of scenery to fall down and add some drama to the excitement. But as I got older, I discovered the depth of meaning in art songs. And I have sung this one many times, and I've always kind of talked about it peripherally, but I discovered that the thing to do is to talk about how I understand it, which is as not an affront, but a challenge to social anxiety. There is a boat out at sea, and a storm has come out. Who would put a boat out to sea when the storm is so bad that the waves are like dark mountains chasing each other, and the thunder sounds like a curse from God? And sure enough, when the waters have calmed and the water nymphs are playing in the sea, the boat is in splinters. I have always been afraid to go out into the world. I have been afraid of rejection. I have been afraid of hurtful things. But if I don't go out into the storm of life and face my fears, then I shall never be fulfilled. And so I will go out into what I perceive to be the storm of life, and maybe I will get tossed about like a boat and end up in splinters, but maybe I will make some friends. I will find love. I will find a community. That's, to me, what this song is all about. song was through 10 settings of American songs by Aaron Copland, our beloved American composer Aaron Copland, who took the soundscape of his time and put it in his music. And his soundscape has become our soundscape, sometimes in concert halls, frequently in advertisements for things, because his music is so powerful that it catches your attention like that and gets you to buy products. This is one of my favorites. It's called Long Time Ago. It's a very, very simple old song. When I think of it, I think of Mount Auburn Cemetery. You are welcome to think of whatever you'd like. The melody is simple, but where it gets sophisticated and complicated is in the imagery in the piano, which changes and grows and develops as the song goes on. Digitization. Oh, I'm so glad I said that word. Digitization of Ukrainian music and the information that has become available online. And actually, I met some people just before the show who are responsible for much of that from the Ukrainian Art Song Project. Thank you for your work and thank you for being here tonight. It used to be. I received, people would just drop off on my parents' porch when they discovered that I was a singer. Photocopies, no context, no publication information, and then after 2004 they were wrapped up in orange ribbons, which was fantastic, but still no information. And there was a song that I loved a lot, and it came on a yellow piece of paper, and there's a bit of mystery attached because it says, "To Tina from you-know-who." If anybody knows what that's all about, please do tell me. But so I only knew these two verses of this song, Chedim Shina, in which a young woman is waiting for a man, and he's a shepherd, and he says, you know, I'm coming to you. He's singing her a song. I just got to put the sheep away for the night, and, you know, get them watered and everything. And there's a little bit of melancholy in the music, so I was like, does he ever show up or not? Well, I was doing some Google searching on the song a couple of weeks ago, and it turns out there are about 6 verses. 4 of them are completely new to me. Don't worry, I'm only going to do the 2 I know. And it turns out that this is a happy ending. And so he does come to her, and they are together, and life is wonderful. Tra-la-la. In a part of our land, I don't know what the rest of the land was like because I was here, but where, as a woman, I was not discouraged from being or doing anything. I believed that everything was possible. And there were women around me in my life who showed me this, men who supported them, and public figures that were really, really important, like Isabella Stewart Gardner, who did whatever the heck she wanted. Emily Dickinson, who lived life her own way. Jo from Little Women in Concord. Louisa May Alcott and her sisters, and a composer named Amy Beach, who is a tremendous, tremendous composer. Very, very long life of writing. I am not intimidated by Paul's presence on stage, but let's say if you want to know about American music, if you want to know about composers of this area, find him and speak to him. He's a font of knowledge. But I know a thing or two, and I love Amy Beach's music, and we're going to do a song of hers called The Wandering Night. This is a fragment of Spanish poetry from 1555, My accessories are weapons, okay? And my rest, my comfort, is warfare. Ooh. And this little fragment was expanded upon and translated by someone into something much greater. But it's this idea of who would this person be, and then what might their inner life be. And he wrote the words, and Amy Beach wrote the music, and so we're going to see him at his most macho. I'm going to get a drink of water. Oh, this is where my cup ended up. My cup runneth over. It really does. I'm so glad we're all here together. But his most macho and then his most vulnerable, and the source of what keeps him trucking along. I also kind of think of Don Quixote when I sing this. Again, I can imagine whatever I want, and you can imagine whatever you want, and that's the glory of art song. So here we go. Another female composer, known as the first Ukrainian female composer, but somebody's just popped up recently on the internet with more female Ukrainian composers who came before. It's a very exciting time in some ways. She had a remarkable educational pedigree, studying in Vienna with the likes of Arnold Schoenberg. And she was a scholar, she was a historian. She had grown up playing in a band, a classical music band with her parents and her siblings, and singing in a choir with her parents and her siblings. So her love and respect and appreciation for music and her curiosity was very, very deep-rooted. This particular song of hers is written to a poem by her daughter's childhood friend, Vera Wolf. I think I have a particular affinity for this duo because my name is Vera and it's spelled the same way as Vera Wolf, and Stefania was my grandmother's name, so I just feel at home here. And this is a very interesting song. It's surprising. It combines mysticism and earthiness, and we see a young woman walking in the fields, and then it turns out she's the mother of God. Surprise. And she's listening to nature, there's some wonderful onomatopoeia. I'm not sure I said that right, but you know the word shh, meaning there's murmuring, there's whispering of the fields, and that puts her to sleep. And then here comes another surprise. The plants that grow up around her become her garment. So we have the earthy and the heavenly, and you can hear it in the music as well. It's marked on Dante, so walking, and you hear the walking, but then also these sort of who knows what going on. And in the middle, earth rises up to meet her. It is so excited. The rivers overflow their waters, and the trees stand up to sing. It's the essence of the smile of a lily. Draw that, touch that. And I am in love with you, and I chase you. We swing, we dance. I chase you, your image, and I will do so maybe forever, but at least until the end of the song.
Musik in
Nebos morem. Sky with sea were so in love, they came together and became one. That's what I wanted for you and me. But when I look at you, your thoughts are far away and your eyes are as blue as the sky and it's anguish. This one is particularly dear to my heart because it's an ocean song and I love the ocean. And I don't think I'm going to say anything else about it, except for grab a life preserver while you still can. He was what a friend of mine calls a multi-hyphenate, meaning he did this and that and this and that. He was very, very talented, perhaps also known as a jack of all trades, and he noticed that all of the music that was being sung and danced to in the dance halls was Polish. And he thought, no, 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 no. We should be dancing to Ukrainian music in the Ukrainian language. And he looked around and he saw that nobody else was writing dance music in Ukrainian. So he said, okay, I'll do it, and he did. And what songs he wrote. And people danced to them, but because of his nationalistic tendencies, he had to leave. He ended his life in Canada. And his songs took on a different sensibility. And in this one, he is communicating to his homeland in the only way he knows how. No WhatsApp, no Signal, no text messages, no emails, no phone calls, no fax. I don't know if probably telegrams, carrier pigeons, but he does what he knows how to do, which is to write a song and to send his love to his homeland in the form of a song across the oceans. And Veselovsky's music not only survived but thrived because it was so beloved in the Ukrainian diaspora communities all over the world. And in the last 20 years, it's had a comeback in Ukraine. And I'm happy to say that it is beginning to become available online, and people are dancing and singing to it once again. Лети тужлива пісня, fly, sad song. section of the program. I encourage you to move. I don't think, oh well, I mean, this song is pretty self-explanatory, although nobody seems to know what a beguine is. But Cole Porter wrote such a great song that, that it doesn't really matter what a beguine is. When it begins, we're hooked. And I've been hooked on this song since the first time I heard it, along with the song Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered. And as a young singer, I don't think I felt like I had the permission to sing whatever I wanted. And so there were several songs that were sort of faraway stars for me, and this was one of them because it was so captivating. And now that I'm a little older, I believe that I can sing whatever I want to. And so I waited many years to sing this song. I don't know why, but it's been worth the wait. Oh, I know. Here's something else to think about. The last one was regret. This is a different type of regret. So this is our dance section, but also regret section. Don't start without me, Paul. Oh. All right, let's go. I'm ready. When they begin the beginning, it brings back the song of music so tender. It brings back a night of troubled sadness. It brings back a memory evergreen. I'm with you once more under the stars, and now I'm sure refugee immigrant named Kurt Weill, who started off in Germany with Bertolt Brecht, lifting up the rocks of the world and seeing what humanity looks like underneath. Not so pretty. Worms wriggling around, potato bugs if you live in Massachusetts. And he put it all into music and theater. And then he went to France, and he spent a couple of years in France sort of exploring human nature. And we'll do one of his French songs during this exploration period. And then I'll talk about when he came to America and became American and changed somewhat. He had incredible partnerships everywhere he went with Langston Hughes in America. This song is sort of a confusing one. It's a tango, so we're still in dance mode. I am in my little boat, traveling the world. I like boats, I like the ocean. That's me, Vera. Before I was talking, I was the speaker, but now I'm talking about me. I like boats, and I like the ocean, and I like songs about the ocean. But we are in a little boat, and we're sailing to the end of the world, and there's a tiny island there. And the fairy who runs the island is gracious enough to show us around. And this is a land, this is an island, remember it's very, very small, where people are good, and they are kind, and they keep their promises, and when lovers have to part, they do so amicably. This is the star that we seek in darkness. And when life wears us down, and we feel ground under the foot of some enormous giant, the only way to escape is to go to this island in our minds. It's folly, it's real, it's a dream. Again, all of us here get to decide, but I hope this island, which is called Ucali, really exists. Sometimes I feel like I'm on that island. I feel that way tonight when we've all gathered and come together to make a difference. So let's do a little French exploring in a boat, Ucali. Sempre solo du monde, la barque femme code, però auprès de l'onde, et qu'on visite un jour, il est toute petite, mais ma fille m'habite, gentiment servite, time for that can-do American spirit. Our next song I learned during COVID, the height of COVID. It's from 1942, Lunchtime Follies by Oscar Hammerstein II and Kurt Weill. It's about people working in factories, 24-hour shifts. And I know you're there and you know I'm there, but our shifts never meet. So maybe we'll pass on the street. But since we have to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we'll never be together. When I learned this song, it made me think of my friends who are first responders in New York and who, when they see crisis or blood or whatever, instead of running wisely away, they run towards it. And they say, okay, I got this, I got this. And I felt that feeling again in the Razom for Ukraine office in New York. Razom means together. Razom for Ukraine is an incredible organization that was started in 2014 out of the Revolution of Dignity, and it is a network. And because it is a network, within 48 hours of February 24th, 2022, so that was a Thursday, by Saturday, Razom for Ukraine was delivering supplies to the front lines. And it used to be very, very simple to talk about Razom for Ukraine because it was a small organization that was just trying to save lives in Ukraine. And one of the beautiful things about it is that I was connected to everyone. I met people in the office and they introduced me to people over Facebook, and soon enough I was on Zoom calls with drivers delivering life-saving tourniquets. And knowing what was going on the ground there, which I think is so important, and connecting with the people that we were supporting. And the organization has grown tremendously and now has much, much more going on. But two things are fundamentally the same. One, the transparency, two, the connection. And so if you go onto Razom for Ukraine's website, you'll see everything that they're doing, and you'll see photos of what's going on, which I think is so important. And you can write to people at Razom. It's 10th anniversary, the website has just had an update, so everyone's faces are on there, and you can contact them and ask them questions about what's going on. There are wonderful things on there like numbers. If you give, I think it's $500 you can send a child to trauma therapy camp for a summer in the mountains. These types of specifics are really, really important to me when I'm giving my time and money to an organization. Speaking of which, the incredible organizations which were, I almost said down below, in our over and down room, I don't know what it's called. Wonderful, what is this?
Community Center.
Oh, the Community Center, what a great name for it. We were a community there with all the local Ukrainian groups who are together, Ukrainian American groups. You can visit them. I hope you had a chance to meet them. If you didn't, reach out to them. Become involved with them. Become involved with Razom for Ukraine. Be intimately connected with people here who believe in your mission. Ukrainians, Americans, Estonians, everybody, this is our fight. One thing that you can do is, let's see, give. Money. And there are 5 branches of Razom here which are on this flyer and which are on the website. I have so many things to say, but I'm really trying to keep it down to not too much. This is a QR code that takes you to Ukraine, Razom for Ukraine's voter voice. What is voter voice? The easiest way to be involved. Advocate, contact your representatives, your Congress people, your local government. And it makes things really, really simple because Razom's mission is on there, Razom for Ukraine is on there, you sign up. Your zip code news comes straight to you. And the best thing is that you can say this to your friends, go here to this QR code, or this site, whatever, and be involved. And it takes a minute a week, or you can spend more time if you want. But your voice can be heard. One of Razom's mission statements is amplifying voices. Your voice can be amplified, your neighbors, your friends, your family, particularly maybe in states where there's a different sensibility. or locations where there is a different sensibility. Make voices heard. I'm going to put this right here. There's also some blue and yellow ribbons. I found them in my car. If anybody feels unadorned and wants to go home with blue and yellow ribbons. And this is a piece of cotton from Ukraine. A friend of mine brought it over a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to touch and feel something incredibly soft that came from this nation, I encourage you to do so. But not right now, because we're still singing. And I think that's all. Let's see. Yes, be involved, give, talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. Talk to people about Ukraine, talk to people about America, talk to people about Estonia. I keep using EP because why not? But we all have roots that come from somewhere. Be in touch with your roots and bring them all together. Let's see, buddy on the night shift. I went to the Verizon for Ukraine office. People were working tirelessly. They weren't sleeping. But somehow, at the end of the night, they weren't like, oh, I'm going to go home. They were like, I'm exhausted. Let's go have a beer. Which seems counterintuitive to me because I would go home and go to bed. But they had enough energy and enough fight in them to go hang out together. And that's what this song, Buddy on the Night Shift, is all about. This is a wonderful song. I'm going to say just one thing about Vera and Friends. Somebody asked me recently, what is Vera and Friends? Who are the friends? And I said, well, you're the friends. The friends are the people that I make music with. The friends are the people who come to performances. Sometimes I like to do something that I think I want to do right now, which is encourage you to meet someone you've never met before. Our next song is going to be a sing-along, so that might be a good idea. So this is another QR code, which is going on the cotton stand, and it will take you to Vienna and Friends Instagram. I hope you'll stay in touch and watch our videos on YouTube. There are more coming out, hopefully one every month for the next 8 or 9 months. And sign up for the email list and follow us on Instagram, blah, 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 blah. But as I go over there, please warm up your voices And if you don't speak Ukrainian, then you'll get the tune and you can just hum along or just make up your own thing, whatever. But introduce yourselves, meet someone new, and make a friend. Jen. Hi, I'm Vanna. Good to meet you. You're a friend already. Thanks for being here. You're Shmali, and I can't sing without singing. I don't need to tell you that I love you because you know it, you feel it. My heart is yours, yours, yours. I see you in my dreams walking down paths. Does anybody know that feeling? Sing it with me. I heard someone warming up. That was great vocalizing. All right, here we go.
Sweetly forever, each one.
I need an English American version. So please email me with requests, and next time I do this Ukrainian American Life, I will sing whatever it is that I have. That sentence didn't go where I wanted it to. I really thought I was going to get there. You know, I spoke Ukrainian exclusively until I was 5, and usually my English was pretty good. But I was doing stage combat once, and this man said, "So, where did you come from?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Where did you grow up?" I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "Well, English isn't your first language." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Well, your sentence structure tends to be a little funky." So please, anyway, email me your suggestions, whatever it is that you suggest, we will do next time. Kontrastem Spero, this song was written for this program by Dina Pruzhansky, who, you know, I believe there are as many ways of being Ukrainian as there are Ukrainians. She is from a Ukrainian family that ended up in Azerbaijan because her grandmother was a top-level Soviet engineer. And she was in Israel for many years. Now she is a true New Yorker. She's a global citizen with Ukrainian roots. A remarkable, remarkable composer. And I set her this challenge. I said, you know, please set this 1890 poem of tremendous significance and poignancy. And she was kind of mad at me for a while because she didn't know how to go about it. And I said, just use your voice. And so she wrote a song that is uniquely hers. These are the words of Lesa Ukrainka, a Ukrainian national hero, a poet, a writer, an activist, a gatherer of people, a woman who had to face her own mortality very early on. She was diagnosed with tuberculosis. And in this particular verse, which I have translated roughly, mostly because the imagery is so stunning, I wanted to share it with you. She is facing all the evils and the grief in the world, and she is facing them with courage and with determination and resolution. Contra spem spero, against hope, I hope. Go away, thoughts, you autumn clouds. It is golden springtime. Will my youth be spent wailing, full of regret? No. I want to smile through my tears, engulfed by evil to sing songs. Without any expectation of hope, I want to live. In poor, sad, frozen soil, I will plant colorful flowers and water them with my bitter tears. And my hot tears will break up the icy crust. Maybe flowers will grow, and I might yet experience a merry spring. Up a steep and craggy mountain, I will hoist a heavy boulder. Under the weight of this heavy burden, I will sing a joyful song. Through the long, inky night, I shan't close my eyes, not even for a second. I will seek the guiding star, bright mistress of dark nights. Yes, I will smile through my tears. Engulfed by evil, I will sing songs. Without any expectation of hope, I will live. Get away, sad thoughts. In Ukraine now, there are a lot of people who are living day to day, surrounded by evil, surrounded by darkness, with a lack of hope, or seeming lack of hope. But then something happens and I see them smiling. Over the holidays, there was a video that went around of them soldiers caroling and playing the bandura in the snow and singing songs. And the sight of that was just more moving than I can say. And one of the things that Razum for Ukraine does is target different things. I mentioned tourniquets. In the winter, it was generators to keep people warm. Now it's one of our special projects among many is mobile shower units. for laundry and shower for soldiers who are living without running water. And thinking about the circumstances these soldiers are in, just, I can't comprehend that life. But then I see a video of them receiving a mobile shower unit, and the joy and the gratitude for the support they've received from so far away is just, that I can comprehend. The harshness of their circumstances, I cannot. The joy, the connection they feel to us, and the support, that I can, because I feel connected to them as well. And so thank you for being here and for thinking of those people and for supporting them in the many ways that you do, not just tonight, but always. Contra spem spero.
Oh,
We have one more song, but before we do that song, perform, sing, play, duet, before we duet that song, Paul and I want to recognize a whole lot of people and thank a whole lot of people. This is truly a community event. And I'm not going to do names. I've learned from the Oscars that music starts to play if you go on too long. If you are the head of the parish board of Fallen Church, please stand up. Fallen Church has been phenomenally generous for this event, and it's a wonderful place to be. Jen will take the acclaim. If you are a Boston-based organization that does good work in Ukraine, please stand up. If you volunteered to make this event happen today, to bring in an audience, to prepare the reception, countless Zoom calls and negotiations and conversations and marketing and advertising, please stand up. If you were the ringleader, if your name is Epsonin or your last name is Gamota, please stand up, but also please stand up if you're a Slovatsky for supporting me. If you vote, if you attended this evening's event, if you donated, if you listen to this music with open ears, if you are here tonight supporting Ukraine, please stand up. Thank you. We're back to Amy Beach, our local hero. I'm sorry she's not with us tonight. I have so many questions I'd like to ask her. But, oh yeah, she's long gone. But we're keeping her spirit alive, baby. Here we go. Here's such a spring. very, very much. Good night, or come and say hello, whichever you please. Come scan things, touch clock.